Okay, so I just got done watching this video that was recommended through a Facebook post, a feed, and then I went to the YouTube, just hit open in browser and YouTube opens up, and then this. So the link is in the video description below, and the ways to help me out. But the link directly to that video is in the video description, okay? But the guy talked about how Russian, the Russian President Putin has his finger literally over the trigger as we speak. It probably is. There's no doubt about it. Because Russian forces are being pushed back, right, in the Russian, okay? But that's just for show. They're probably holding back is what they call it. And the powers that be, our world leaders know they're holding back, okay? Putin knows he's holding back. He wants to hold back, okay? And that's my thinking also. So that being said, right, I am really not prepared for anything nuclear. I'm not prepared for that. Bottom line. Like, I am fucking scared. And when I watched that video, I fucking cried, okay? And I'm sitting inside a crib of coffee trying not to let people know that I'm literally in tears. Because my life is on the line. My family their lives are on the line. My fucking girlfriend and her family life is on the line. We're all in this together. And that's the thing. We all need to work together. We all need to fight. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't want to believe what is going on. They want to just turn a blind eye. They want to think that the cushy lives that they're living right now is the way it's always going to be. It's not going to be that way. This world was never meant, to always be like up there and to be never, no. We are having more negative stuff happen than positive stuff. Yeah, we need to be positive. We need to do the right thing, okay? We need to help each other. We need to try to follow the laws that are put in place by those who have our best interests, who actually genuinely care about us. The people that don't have a genuine interest in us, yeah, we need to disregard them. They don't matter. They're just part of the more negative greater plan, that negative greater plan. We need to follow the positive greater plan, something that God wants us to do, okay? We need to follow Him, okay? But at the same time, we are human, we are flesh. We have our desires. We have the desire to live. We have the desire to be happy and healthy, okay? So that being said, we need to work together, people. We cannot fight against each other. We cannot have some kind of Mad Max society. We can't have that. But it will happen. We just don't know when. You know what I mean? But we need to hope that God will, anyone who prays a prayer of salvation, right? We need to hope that God will, will take those of us who pray that prayer of salvation before this all happens. We need to hope that we're going to go home, okay? We need to hope for that. We need to know this. That's why it's called faith. You need to have faith in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know sometimes I go off on these, what you call delusional tirades and everything, and people think that I'm some kind of delusional, far, like way out there kind of person, but I'm not. I actually look at things very objectively. I look at both sides. I do my research. But ultimately, if I feel something isn't right, it probably isn't right. Okay, I'm a very empathic person. I can feel things that a lot of people just don't normally feel. When somebody's like kind of behind me, I get that weird feeling, and I turn and they're there, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't mean to." I go, "Well, kind of like we're in my personal space, But yeah, like I said, I can feel things that most people just don't really feel, because they're in that la-la land where they're just, But you need to remember too that Movies are not created to just be there for fun, for fantasy. They're there for fact. They are literally there for fact. The people making these movies about this stuff is trying to tell you something and trying to get your mind thinking about it. Like, you know, like the movie 1983, 1982, somewhere around, it was called The Day After Tomorrow, okay? And it's on YouTube, it's free. It's called Day After Tomorrow. It's got John Lithgow and that guy from Short Circuit who played Newton Crosby, right? And a few others. Okay? That is very possible. We can have that any day. It can happen today, it can happen tonight, it can happen tomorrow, it can happen 2 minutes from now, okay? That's what I'm fucking saying here. We need to be prepared within our souls and for ourselves physically. Okay? I don't want to go down sick and dying and alone. I'm not trying to do that. I know I'm gonna have God on my side. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that ultimately is probably what's going to happen. I'm going to have God on my side. He's going to lead me home. You know? And hopefully I see those who I love. You know? But yeah, like I said, I want to make this video now just so I can make it. I mean, I have the van here too, you know, that I could probably get pretty far. You know, get away from population centers at the very least. I mean, I'm willing to help those people who are willing to help me. I mean, you know, we go 50-50. But yeah, I'm like, I'm in an area that is the target. Okay, that is a nuclear target. It's a strategic target. They are going to do an air burst and a ground burst. And the air burst is going to knock everything out first. It's going to knock all the communications out. A ground burst is going to be very destructive. But airburst will also, but they're going to come at this almost at the same time. Boom, boom, right? It's going to go boom, boom. So, you know, the powers that be know how to make this happen. And, of course, a lot of big cities are going to go down, right? A lot of big cities like fucking like New York, Indianapolis, Chicago, Denver, Milwaukee, right? Minneapolis, Los Angeles, right? Houston, Dallas, you know, like New Orleans, right? Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami, right? Portland, Maine, right? Probably Portland, Washington, or yeah, I think Portland, Washington, or something like that. Portland, like Oregon, right? Many big cities are just gonna fall. They're just gonna fall. Like, you know, the powers that be have the technology, they have the weapons, they have the delivery systems. They can do it. Just one push of a button. Boom, done. Okay? So, you know, what is it? They go like what? Like ICBM could do like what? Like fucking like what? Mach 10, I think it is, or some shit like. I mean, it can go. It's like a bullet. I mean, it's gonna go. Like, I'd say if it was launched from Russia and it get to the U.S., probably no more than 20 minutes. Probably like 15 minutes. You know? It wouldn't be that long. It'd be very quick. So, you know, but we're not going to know. We're just only, you know, we're not going to know before it happens. I can tell you that right now. There's no early warning system in place. It's impossible. The only people that are going to know is the military. You know, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You know, they're gonna know, but it's actually the Air Force that is tasked with tracking these things. Okay, and it's based out of Colorado. Now, I could tell you that they said that they moved NORAD out of Cheyenne Mountain. No. That's the backup site. That site is 24/7. That site works in parallel with Pearson Air Force Base. They work exactly. Whatever Pearson does, Cheyenne Mountain gets. What Cheyenne Mountain does, Pearson does. Same exact time. Same. There's no latency. Everything is the same exact system. So, yeah, some guy looking at me weird. I don't care. And then there's of course other like early warning sites. They still got radar sites. They've decommissioned quite a bit since the end of the Cold War, right? But no, it's a lot of them are still up. They have some serious missile power that the United States has, and they're sprinkled throughout the Midwestern states and Southern states and stuff. They're there. There's been a lot of decommissioned sites, and you've seen them on my YouTube. But there's a lot of active, much more powerful sites. We just don't know where they're at. I mean, I don't know where they're at. I'm sure I could look on Google Maps and find it, because I know what to look for, But yeah, a lot of it is it's pretty scary stuff, people. It really is. Like I said, the link is in the video description. It's the link, and then of course, if you want to help, it's all down in there. Like I said, I'm currently traveling right now. I'm in Rochester, Minnesota to see my family after a couple years. I'm gonna try to talk to them tonight, and if they don't want to hear it, I don't know. I just need to say to them, look, I need to say, look, everybody, just don't interrupt me right now. Let me say what I gotta say, okay? Because I love you all very much. And I need to mentally prepare myself, for the speech to the three of them when we go out to eat tonight. And I don't know when that's gonna happen. It could happen like any time now. I need to tell them, look, you guys may or may not, and I already sent you the links and everything, but I need to tell you in person. You guys need to be understanding. You need to be aware of what's going to happen, what could happen, And then I need to know that if I'm driving back to Rockville, Maryland, that it could happen. I'm going to drive. Like, I could be driving down Interstate 80 and all of a sudden, you see it. And depends on how far it is, I could be okay, I could not. I could go blind, I could go deaf, I could be vaporized, I could be burned. I don't know, okay? So please, just pray to God, people, that this does not happen, that it's just going to be a conventional war. Let's hope that, if anything, pray for Putin, okay? I'm serious, people, pray for him. He is, yeah, a lot of people don't like him. The guy's smart, okay? I have to give him that. He's very smart, but he might be going about he's probably doing this the whole wrong way, okay? But just pray for him. And just say, look, God, I pray that you give Putin the smarts, you give him the objectability and the clairvoyance to see that this is all wrong, to make amends with Ukraine, to just let them live, to let them have their country, to just say, to call President Zelensky and let him know, hey, I really want to genuinely apologize to you, Zelensky, and I want us to come to a treaty and make amends with each other. I don't want to war with you. You don't want to war with me. Let's just work together. Let's make this work. We both can make this work. Pray for that. I want to see them get along. I want to see those two become friends. Sometimes you can be enemies with somebody, and if you're both, very clear-minded, very open-minded though, very sane, kind of people, and you know what's wrong, you can come together and you can shake hands, you can become good friends. I did that with somebody. I didn't like that kid at first. His name was Walter Rupar. I didn't like him. We fought. We physically fought. A few weeks later, we became very good friends, and we became roommates at the Eau Claire Academy, and we always got along right thereafter, So that is possible. That can happen. Let me see something here. So that being said, we need to pray for Zelensky and Putin to actually shake hands in the makeup with each other and become good friends. I want to see that happen. Let me see what my brother was. Let's watch this together. All right, we're going to be doing screencasting here. All right, so I'm going to go back. Okay, so let's watch this video together, everybody.
You can be confident choosing Farmers Insurance. There's no need to knock on wood.
Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. Pardon my appearance and my voice and probably brain fog as well today. I'm a little under the weather and I'm also running a calorie deficit because I'm trying to shed a few pounds and get in tip-top physical condition so that I'm prepared to endure whatever the world is going to throw at us in the next few months. It's important right now that you're maximizing your consumption of healthy foods, vitamins, minerals, all that good stuff that we have at our disposal, maxing out on all the amenities that are at our disposal, because we may well be drifting into very hard times that are going to test you physically and mentally. So make sure that you put that on the top of your priority list. Your body and the mind that follows is one of the most important preps that you have. And the great news is that aside the high cost of food, physical fitness is mostly free. Okay, now it's surprising to me that you have a president who can come on national television and basically say that, hey, we're at the highest risk of nuclear war than we've ever been before, higher than the Cuban Missile Crisis, and yet what do you see? You see complete disinterest, you see complete complacency, you see normalcy bias abound, you see people who have absolutely no idea how great the risk is right now. And that is scary, because these are all the same people who say, oh, well, if that happens, I don't want to live anyway. Bullshit. As soon as it happens, watch how bad those people want to live. Okay, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, people were panic buying. There was videos of people in the grocery store stocking up. People, building bunkers. Everybody had a bunker. Everybody had some extra food stored away in their cellars. And nowadays, there's nothing like that. We have this TikTok generation just thinks this is all a cartoon and thinks it's all a game or a movie or fiction or things that are never going to happen, and they have no depth in terms of their analysis of what is actually going on the ground and how dangerous the situation has just become in the last 24 hours as a result of what appears to be, Ukrainians have not explicitly taken responsibility, although they've certainly implicitly done so, for this attack on this piece of critical infrastructure, one of the biggest bridges in Europe. A $4 billion bridge was now almost destroyed, but it's still functional, it's still operational. Regardless, recall that only 3 months ago, former President Dmitry Medvedev made an explicit statement. He said that if the Crimean Bridge was attacked, or if Crimea was attacked, Ukraine, and this is a guy who pulls no punches when he talks about the threat of nuclear war. This is somebody who repeatedly utters and plays the nuclear card. So this is deadly serious. I don't believe that we're going to see, once again, an immediate reactionary response from the Russians, but there will be many reprisals. Now, there's many question marks surrounding this incident. Of course, the question mark, how did it happen in the first place? Immediately, people presume that it was a truck explosion, and that may well be the case. But it could have been something else. It could have been special ops guys on the bridge. It could have, I mean, they're saying they've ruled out a missile. It's hard to say, but it appears to be either the truck thing or bombs under the bridge or something like that. Now, who benefits from something like this is the real question that people need to ask. Because in some ways, as much as it might seem as NATO benefits and Zelensky might benefit from, of course, impeding the flow of traffic across the bridge, much of it was military reinforcements, even though that continues to flow through there unabated. There is also motive for the Russians here, and not a lot of people are talking about this. The motive, and I don't think it was the Russians that did it simply because all of the Ukrainians on Twitter and social media are praising this. I mean, we're talking about, like, you know, the administration.
So something like, if you ever watched the movie with Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman, Sum of All Fears, right? It's very similar to something like that, everybody. You know, where there was like a neo-Nazi kind of, or a neo force, right? And they trying to make it look like the Russians had bombed Baltimore, right? And, you know, the dirty bomb, right? And try to blame it on the Russians, but the Russians had nothing to do with it. They had no responsibility, right? So watch Some of Our Fears, and it feels like that situation. That movie was trying to tell us something too. So
in Ukraine, they are praising this. So this is why I don't necessarily think it was a false flag done like a Reichstag type thing. But you need to think about it. If Russia needed any more license to now open up the battlefield and to show the world that, hey, okay, our critical infrastructure has now been attacked. Now we are going to start, broadening and partaking in more unorthodox and hardline approaches in Ukraine. Then this was it. This was.
I had another person just tell me that because this guy right here that I'm showing you guys right now sells a lot of prepping gear and stuff. I'm like, it doesn't matter. We need to be prepared for anything that can happen. It doesn't matter if he sells gear or not. It doesn't matter what he, all that matters is that if something can happen, it can happen. Bottom line, always prepare for the unexpected. Let me go and do something here quick. I have to use the restroom, but I'm going to. Oops, it might go off. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, actually, let me turn screencast on. Okay. So, like I said, right? Because if I go into the hotel, the signal is going to go extremely weak, and the data rate is going to slow down, and it's going to just be like really bad. But yeah, so look for that video that I was just showing you guys, and watch it. Like I'm kind of getting a feeling about this too. I'm still looking at it. I'm still on the fence about it, but at the same time, you have to say to yourself, it could happen or it will happen. It's just a matter of when or if it will happen, or a matter of when it, if, when, things like that. I'm not the smartest when it comes to politics or anything like that. I just know what I feel in myself. Okay, so yeah. Who's turn screencast off. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get inside the hotel here. I gotta use the bathroom real bad. But let's just hope that Putin does the right thing and just pray for him, okay? Just pray that he and Zelensky can shake hands and become friends. That's what I want to see. I want to see
I want to see two enemies become the best of friends. That's what I want to see. So, stay blessed, everybody, and God bless you. I don't know what to say. I'm just scared. Okay? So, I'll see you later, okay? And God bless.